Welcome back. It's your boy Stan of SJ Square Photography, bring you back another tutorial video today. I know I haven't done one in a while. I apologize, but I've really been focusing on my behind the scenes video. Please go check out my latest one, Purging with the Sigma 105 with the Nikon D850 video I just dropped. That video was hot. I'm pretty sure you will definitely love it. Just give you a chance to see how I work with the models and how I do my shoots. So please go check that video out. So enough of that promo. You're here for the freaking tutorial for the Affinity photo on the iPad. So as you can see by the title, today's tutorial is going to be all about dodging and burning and skin color correction. Yes, again, I'm going to repeat that again about dodge and burning and skin color correction. Now, there's different techniques to do dodging and burning. I know of plenty. This one I'm about to show you today is going to be a very effective and very fast way of doing dodge and burning without really getting into the tedious and the really detail of dodging and burning, the traditional way of dodging and burning, I must say. So this way is going to be just like a little 5-minute tip of just to show you how to dodge and burn, to really give you, bring your photos to a good crisp and to that good, just to bring your editing skills up to to the professionals. This is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you this tip for free today. But like I said, another note, let me go ahead and say, you always try to evolve your editing skills. Never keep your technique the same. Always try to evolve your technique and your editing skills. Technology in programs like Affinity Photo, it's just getting way too good and way too good and easy, to try to do traditional editing ways. So definitely always evolve your editing to do, that works out for you. Like I said, I know different techniques because I love different techniques of doing things. I like to learn and evolve my editing skills. And I also like doing different techniques just to show you different techniques, because one technique that I may like, you may not like. So therefore I like to try to do on my channel different variety of techniques, of showing you how to do different techniques to get the same freaking result at the end of the day, but just a different way to get there. But anyway, enough of that. Let's just go ahead and dive right into this tutorial. Now, as you can see right here, this is the photo that we are going to be working with today. This beautiful model, Rachel, was absolutely awesome. I loved our shoot that we did. Absolutely loved this photo of her. But as you can see, her skin's a little bit too red. So we're just going to dial that down. This is where the skin color correction is coming into play. Then I'm going to show you a little bit of dodge and burning. Now I'm going to show you my final image. Matter of fact, let me show you my final image. This is the final image. Now I'm gonna, of course, disclaimer, I did a lot of other things to this image, but I'm just gonna definitely just show you dodging and burning and skin color correction. But go ahead and pause the video. As you can see all these different layers. If you have any questions, please leave it down in the comment. I'd be more than happy to to answer them. But just a disclaimer, I did other things to achieve this final image. But let's just get back to the dodging and burning tutorial I'm going to show you right now. So now let's just go ahead and start this off. You want to select that layer right there, and we're going to go to the filters, go up here to sharpening, and we're going to go to frequency separation. I'm going to do the 6 because I already done this frequency separation. So I'm just going to do 6. It's fine. Try to find something to fine tune to give you the nice balance between the detail and the colors, to give you a good balance between when you're doing that. So now, since we have that selected, we have a high and a low frequency layer as usual. All we're going to do is really pay attention to the low frequency, because we're doing the skin correction and dodging and burning on this frequency. That's only going to affect the colors, which is going to make our image look crisp and professional. So we're going to start off with the skin correction. So I'm going to go to adjustment. I'm going to go all the way down into our fine selective color, which is, I already passed it actually. Selective color. So now I know there's a lot of red in the skin, and when I was doing this shoot, I know for a fact there was not a lot of red in her skin when when I done it in reality. But so we're just going to bring it back down to get her true skin tone back. Now, as you can see, if I mess with the blacks, you can see how the blacks really affected affect the color of the skin. But she was not that, so we're just going to tone this down. I'm going to tweak into I get to what I remember her as when we was doing the shoot live. I'm gonna add a little cyan to this too. Just a tad bit of cyan. And then I'm gonna see what the magenta does. Yeah, magenta takes out a little bit. I'm just gonna take out a tad bit of magenta. I'm not gonna take out too much. because I'm gonna take out just a tad bit of magenta. Now, that looks about right to me of how her skin tone was when we was doing, you know, her true skin tone. So now, since we got that done, we are gonna go to the 3 prongs here, and we're actually gonna hit the other 3 prongs here, and we're gonna go to invert mask. We're going to invert this mask because now we can be able to, you know, paint on where we want this selection, which is gonna be her skin. So we're gonna go to the paintbrush tool right here on the left. Make sure that our brush is white. White reveals, black conceals. And then all we're gonna do now is just go ahead and paint on the new skin correction. Well, skin color correction, sorry, and I should put the color, but the color correction of her skin. So there we go with this. And I'm gonna do a little messy job with this because we're only messing with the red channels. And if you don't have nothing, you know, around with the red, you can kind of really mess with it, have to be precise because it's only gonna affect the red channel, no, the red color, the red channel. So now since we have that done, as you can see, it's all nice. Let's go ahead and check it out, cut it on and off now. It looks a whole lot better. So now I'm gonna take that and I'm going to make this a child layer of the low frequency. So now that is a child layer of the low frequency. Now it's in there, as you can see, off and on. Skin looks a whole lot better to me now. Looks more true to life when I was working with it. Now, what we're gonna do is dodging and burning. So what we're gonna do is go to the adjustment layer again, go all the way up until we find the curves. Now we hit the curves and we're going to bring it up. Bring it up to your desire. This is all based on the picture. I'm just gonna bring it up to there. Now I'm gonna go back to the layer option and I'm going to hit the 3 prongs at the top. And I'm gonna hit color adjustment because I'm going to rename this to dodge so we can keep up with it, because remember, we gotta make another one that's gonna be burn. So this is to kind of keep up with it. Now, while we're in the same panel, we actually wanna go down to it says source. We're gonna tap on source. Now, what this is gonna do is gonna allow us to only affect the highlights in the image. This is a big part. This is what makes it really quick and simple. It's only going to affect the highlights in the image. So in order to do that, remember, on the left side is a shadow, on the right side is the highlights. So in order for us to only affect the highlights in this picture, we're actually going to bring down the shadows and we're going to bring down the midpoints. And watch when I bring down this midpoint, look what it does. You see how all the highlights, you know, the dodging curve gets off of the shadow, because now we're only going to affect the highlights by doing it this way. Now, after we get finished doing that, we are pretty much completely done at this point in time with dodging and burning. Now, all we have to do is just go to our blend mode. The blend mode that I like using for this is either going to be hard light or soft light. In this particular instance, it's going to be soft light. I like soft light. It looks really good. Now, what we're going to do now, do the same thing we did with the selective color layer, and we're going to take it and we're going to make it a child layer. Bingo, pow. Now, let's look at the before and after. Look at that. Look at that, very subtle. It's very subtle, but now we got them highlights really popping. It looks really, really nice. Now we're gonna make it looking more nice when we do our dodge. Make sure we have the low frequency layer selected. Go back to our adjustment panel, hit the curves again, go to the S curve, and now we're gonna bring this down to burn. There we go. We're gonna bring it down to, you know what I'm saying, to the burn. Now go back to the layer option. I'm gonna hit the 3 prongs again, hit the top where it says color adjustment. I'm gonna name this burn just to keep up with everything. Now we have this game. Now while we're in the same exact panel, we're gonna hit the source again. Now instead of doing the left side where we was messing with the shadow, we're actually gonna bring down the highlights on the right side. So we're gonna bring this all the way down. And once again, look at the picture, pay attention to her face and watch how watch how it gets gradually. Watch how it makes a very nice gradient. Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue tied. Watch how the gradient goes when I bring this down so we can only affect the shadows of it. Look at how the gradient goes off the highlights when I mess with the midtones. Here we go. Check that out. Look at that. Very, very nice, right? I'm gonna do that one more time so you can see. Watch this. Watch how it gets off the highlights. And now we're only affecting the shadows. Bam, we are completely done with this now. Now all we have to do with this one is, once again, we're gonna go with the blend modes. Color burn always looks nice with this, either color burn or, you know, it's on this one, it really kind of depends. Color burn looks nice. I like luminosity also. I think luminosity also looks nice. I'm going to use luminosity. And now from here, all we got to do is just really mess with the opacity. Now we can just kind of mess with the opacity to see how much we're going to get here. As you can see, this is affecting the whole entire picture right now, but I'm going to change it because I actually don't want this to affect the whole entire picture. You can if you want to, but for me, I don't want it to affect the whole entire picture. So in order to do that, let's see, I'm going down to 40. Well, maybe I might. Let's see. I just let it affect the whole entire picture. But if you don't want it to affect the whole entire picture, once again, you go down to the 3 prongs. You're going to invert this mask again. It's going to invert it, and then you're going to have the ability to paint on where you want to paint on. If you want to get more detail with this, you can, and you know, just kind of, you know, really get precise with it. It's another way you can do it as well. But for right now, I'm going to put on a whole entire picture because I know for a fact that it's only going to affect the shadows. So I can get a little sloppy with this again. I'm going to do this for tutorial sake as well. But as you can see, I get a little sloppy with it. But I'm not going to do it like that because I actually kind of prefer it. Yeah, I like it like this too. Doesn't make a difference. It really kind of depends on how the picture feels to you and how you want to make it. But as you can see, that's pretty much an easy 5-minute way to do dodge and burning. It's very, very simple, very easy, but very effective and very powerful. So you don't have to really go through just that little 5-minute little tutorial tip there. It completely changed your image around, you know, it completely changed your image around. And like I said, if you just don't want it just to affect the skin, let me go back a couple of steps. I'm going to undo what I just done and have it affect the whole entire layer, and it looks just as good, you know, just affecting the whole entire layer as well. So I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You know, if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments down below. Also, go check out my Instagram and my Facebook page. Please go like and subscribe, those two. That's going to be in the comment down below as well. If you really like my, you know, if you're new to my channel, you really like my content, consider yourself subscribing to my content, to my channel. I mean, I really enjoy doing these contents and tutorials and behind the scenes videos. Like, once again, I apologize. I've been, you know, making more behind the scenes videos than tutorials, but I'm going to try to start balance that out a little bit more here in the forthcoming. But like I said, let's go out and use this technique, man, and I really think you'll be really, really happy and surprised on, you know what you can achieve with this, you know, with this technique that I just showed you. So, like I said, it brings your pictures up to the next level. Just in 5 minutes, it brings your image up to the next level. Especially if you're not really good with dodging and burning. This is just an easy way to do it, where you don't have to really kind of go in there and do it the detail, you know, just a really refined way, the traditional way of dodge and burn, with to go in there and zoom in, you know, really get. This is just a really easy way to do it, to give you that same result if you're not really comfortable with doing dodge and burning yet the other traditional way. So I really hope you know, use this technique and you enjoy it. So until the next video, I guess I will tell you to the next time. Peace.